What if every university around the world completely disappeared? No lecture halls, no campus lawns, not just changed or rebuilt, but completely reduced to AI tutors, online platforms, and the servers that run them. That's what the latest wave of education technology promises. In the US, nearly 9 out of 10 universities are expanding their online programs, with half of all university students already taking at least one class online. In South Korea, major universities have completely transformed with a 25-fold increase in online courses since the pandemic. And in Australia, lecturers have been speaking to rows of empty seats for years. The students are enrolled, they're just not there. While many courses run on pre-recorded material, streamed and reused semester after semester, some now rely on AI to generate the assessments, provide feedback, and even summarize the course content. It's a system that promises flexibility and availability, and on paper it works. But with some courses reaching dropout rates up to 25% higher than their in-person counterparts, it's worth asking, is the future of education really more accessible? Or is it just more expensive and less effective? Hi, I'm Teresa Orr. Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay in the loop. So we were told that online learning would open doors, that anyone, anywhere could earn a degree and improve their life. But automation has a way of creeping in disguised as progress. After the pandemic, universities learned that digitizing lectures didn't just keep learning going, it also kept costs down. Why rebuild and deliver a lecture every semester when a single recording can be used forever? Each reuse means fewer teaching hours and fewer contracts. One Australian university internal report found that reusing recorded lecture content saved over $3 million in staffing costs in a single semester. But today we're not just talking about pre-recorded material. We're talking about the recent AI developments in educational technology that might finally see campuses made obsolete. In the last 5 years, global spending on educational technology platforms has jumped to over $300 billion. And every platform promises scalability, unlimited students, instant analytics, and automated feedback. To administrators, it looks like a modern miracle: higher enrollments and lower costs. So what does a university without a campus look like? Today, most classes don't happen in lecture halls. They happen in learning management systems like Canvas, Blackboard, or Moodle. They host everything: readings, announcements, assignments, quizzes, and even attendance. With every click, view, submission tracked, turning student interactions into data points. Classes haven't just vanished, they've been absorbed. Platforms like Panopto and Echo 360 automatically record and upload lectures, building vast archives that can outlast the lecturers themselves. Some university courses now run entirely on that pre-recorded content, often by lecturers that no longer work there. But there's only so much teaching pre-recorded material can do. So what about those subjects that depend on hands-on experience? Up until recently, those lectures and tutorials happened online, but the labs and clinics still happened on campus. But new AI tech might finally change that. Labster now runs virtual chemistry and biology experiments in a fully interactive 3D environment, letting students mix compounds, calibrate instruments, and test results, all without a lab bench. It uses AI assistants to provide feedback and personalize the lesson by changing the difficulty, churning out qualified chemists that may have never stepped foot in a physical lab. And at Sketchfab, thousands of real and AI-generated rocks, minerals, and fossils can be rotated in 3D, zoomed in, and measured in millimeter precision. Geology students learning how to identify rocks without ever having held them in their hand. The once exciting field trips have been replaced by mouse clicks. But that doesn't mean it's bad. New AI systems are not just building lesson plans and grading assignments. They're simulating tutors that can adapt to each student's weakness. At Arizona State University, entire math and science courses are now run by AI-enabled adaptive courseware that can learn from students' progress. What makes Arizona State's Ed+ approach so special is that if you master a topic quickly, then it moves you forward. And if you're struggling, then it slows down, generating new hints, examples, or quizzes that is tuned to your performance. Half a world away at the University of Newcastle, they're testing similar tools, using AI to auto-generate assessments, provide feedback, and even summarize the entire course content. Not only is AI able to replace lecturers, it's doing the work that took them hours in a matter of minutes. On paper, it's efficient. But before we do away with physical campuses entirely, it's worth asking if online AI-powered education will always be the right tool for the job. Higher education is a multi-step process, turning new students into competent professionals, with each step adding skills, knowledge, and the ability to apply it. Removing human contact entirely would be overkill. Still, mixing pre-recorded material, learning management systems, and AI tutors could make the whole system better. But as always, there's a catch, because the same systems and platforms that open doors for some close them for others. For many students, virtual learning is a lifeline. It allows parents to study after work, rural students to study city degrees, and people with disabilities can access education in a way that campuses once made impossible. Since 2020, global online enrollments have soared by more than 40%, with universities reporting record participation from regional areas that have never had a campus at all. But the same systems that expand access can also isolate. Studies have found that students in self-paced courses log in less frequently, interact less often, and report lower motivation than those in in-person courses. And online formats have been linked to higher stress. And not everyone benefits equally. For students with unstable internet, shared devices, or noisy homes, online learning can widen the very gap that it was meant to close. Meanwhile, those with fast Wi-Fi, subscription AI tools, and quiet study spaces move further ahead. So for universities, while the online campus model looks efficient, to staff and students, it can start to feel like they've been reduced to nothing but data. Some universities are trying to fix that. Adaptive learning systems are being tested, combining automated feedback with short live check-ins. In response, engagement rose, but at their core, those systems still run on AI automation. Then there's the problem of procrastination. Completion rates for fully online degrees hover around just 30 to 40% worldwide. That number jumps to more than 70% for traditional in-person degrees. The results are uneven, and it leaves us in a difficult position. Universities aren't going back. The digital campus is here to stay. But how we use it is still a choice. Some universities are already rethinking the balance, experimenting with hybrid models and AI-assisted seminars that blend automation with real human guidance. None of these methods is 100% effective or efficient. But the goal isn't to undo the shift online. It's to make sure that what we gain in access and automation doesn't come at too big of a cost.